Hey you guys, it is me, Laura, and it has been a long time, but I am back. There has been a lot going on in our world, a lot of questions, a lot of redefining, a lot of stuff. It's been good, but it's been stressful. And I have just realized that I'm an introvert. I've known that, of course. You've been following me for very long, you know that. But at the same time, I am a person and I crave community and I like community. And for this life stage, that's really hard for me. So much of my social energy goes into my kids. But I've noticed that for me to get really excited about things and passionate about things, I have to be sharing those with other people and, having other people share with me what they're doing and kind of build that momentum. And so I have decided to come back to YouTube, but for right now, I'm just going to start off by doing a weekly homeschool kind of update. I don't want this to become a burden for me or something that I feel like I have to take time away from my family in order to make videos. This is going to be real and raw. I am not trying to make a YouTube career. I'm not trying to gain subscribers. I'm just here for community. And I know I've said that kind of stuff before, but it's so easy, especially YouTube has changed so much over the years. And it's so easy to think of this as a job or potential income, but that's not what I want. And so I'm just here to be real. And some of you guys are going to think I don't have it together. Our life is crazy, and you know what? We're human. It kind of is. And I'm not here to kind of show you what to do. I'm just sharing with you as a mom what we're doing in our homeschool, obstacles we're coming up against, and kind of how the week has gone, and so that hopefully it can help you. And in large part, I know that I want to know how different curriculums or how different things are working for people in real time, to help me understand some things that I could change up in my homeschool or to know if a particular curriculum is working. So we are year-round homeschoolers, and we don't necessarily change all of our curriculum at the start and beginning of the school year. We just kind of go with whatever is working for our family. So I'm going to share with you what we're doing right now, and we are about to, hopefully in the next few weeks, we're about to jump off and launch into doing cycle 1 of My Father's World of the I forget what they call. It's the investigate section. Once you get to 3rd grade, they start having family units that you can do as a whole family, and you start with countries and cultures, and then you have 4 units that go through the history of time, and then you cycle back through, theoretically giving your older students a chance to delve into the same material at a higher level, and your other younger students can be doing their level as they are introduced to that topic for the first time. So that's kind of how it works. So I thought I would share with you what we're doing right now, and just so that you know, I have an 8-year-old who is in 2nd grade, I have a 5-year-old who is in kindergarten, and I have a 13-month-old, almost 14-month-old, and that is who's in our house right now. So that kind of gives you a picture of where we're at, what we're working with. Grades to me are simply a way to answer questions on medical forums, on other things, and to help my kids know kind of where they fit when they are interacting with things, but we don't necessarily stick to that grade. So I'm going to show you kind of what we've been doing, what we're doing, and things are not changing a lot as far as the core goes, but we will be adding in My Father's World soon. So for Bible right now, let's see, I've got it here somewhere. I have started, this is actually for reading too. I really enjoy this. This is something we've been doing recently. Every morning when I wake up, I nurse my baby. It's the first thing I do when I wake up. And then when she's done nursing, my husband's downstairs working on breakfast, and he will send the boys up to me one at a time. And for Samuel right now, we have an Easy Reader Bible. It's the Living Bible. Not the Living Bible. It's a Bible that's meant for kids about a 3rd grade reading level. It's not the NIRV, it's one that's been around a lot longer than that. And so in the morning he'll read a section of that to me, and we'll talk about it and pray together. And then with my 5-year-old, we have a picture Bible. It's just a bunch of pictures, and it tells the story in a visual way, and we will read a story from that together. And that's how we start our day, and that to me is building the ground for devotions. And also that ensures that my oldest gets a chance to practice reading a little bit every day. So that is what we do first thing in the morning. And then we're building a new routine. I'm not going to say this is when we do this, this is when we do that, because it's not really stable yet. But this is what we will be going through for our Bible class. This is what we've been going through. And it's a 52-week Bible story devotional. So at the beginning of the week, everyone comes with a video with a QR code. So we'll watch the video, and then I have it broken down during the week. So one day we'll read this devotional, one day we'll do the activities, one day we'll read the part from the Bible, one day we'll pull out the felts and tell the story with felts. And so this is what we do for Bible. And there's also going to be some stuff that's added in with Bible for My Father's World. I'm not sure that we will do the actual Bible readings that go with it, but they do have like hero stories, and Windows on the World is a book that they have, and we'll do all those readings at breakfast. And then on Friday's kind of a fun laid back day. That's a day that we can catch up on work that we missed or do a fun activity if that work's already done. So Friday we do our prayer journals. And then I have Samuel do handwriting, and right now, I don't have it up here, but right now for handwriting, I just have handwriting paper and I write something and he traces over it and practices writing it. Writing is a struggle, so we're just going slow, and that's what we do. So I just write. Right now we're writing things like his name to practice the letters in his name. We're doing address and phone number, all those things to just reinforce that a little bit with him. And also, if I notice that there's particular letters or particular numbers that he's struggling with, then I can just write it out so that whatever we're doing for handwriting totally corresponds with where he's at. And then with Timothy, his handwriting's built in with his language arts, so I don't worry about that. So for spelling, language arts, we're using Logic of English still. We love Logic of English. We're doing the foundations, and Timothy is just about to finish book A. I'm in book C with Samuel. I break it up. We don't do a full lesson in a day, although I think that starting here soon, we're going to ramp up the amount that we're doing every day, because they're both getting to the point where they can do a little bit more than we have been. And so we're working through that. Samuel, once he finishes the series, I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but he's at the end of C. We've been going through really slow with him, not entirely his fault, but I feel like what is taught in it, the foundational principles, are really important. And Essentials, which is the next level, covers a lot of the same stuff, but I think the style in Foundations, which has more games and more hands-on stuff, is still really appropriate for him. So we're still plugging through that. And then for writing, I don't really do much writing with Timothy, but for Samuel, 2 days a week we work on Daily 6 Trait Writing by Evan Moore, which is a really great program. It just kind of gives us a way to talk about things like main idea, topic, and gives us a springboard for that. They're really easy, quick worksheets. And then 2 days a week we work on creative writing. Right now my son is writing a story about a mouse who wants to go to the moon, a mouse called Scurry. So he will dictate the story to me and I write it to him, and we work on it a little bit each day. Then when we go to the next day, well, each of the creative writing days, and then we'll read through and add to it, and we're going to work on this until he's done. And we're probably going to go through the whole process and do self-publishing and everything, just because it's really fun. And then when he's done with that story, we are going to start working in here for his creative writing. And then on Fridays, we write letters. We can make cards if we have time, because I like making cards, and we write letters, and it's a great way to keep in touch with people. And then we also, for math, we are using still Math Lessons for a Living Education. This is working really well. My kindergartner is that much through this one. Some of it's a little bit easy for him. He gets math very, very easily, but he's still enjoying it. The lessons are short and they love the stories. And then my second grader he has actually started book 3. We're about this far into book 3, and this has been working really well for him. And again, they're short lessons, which make it easy. We have to do some adaptations. Writing is difficult, staying focused is difficult. My oldest has ADHD, so we do a lot of different methods in our homeschool that might seem a little bit weird to some people, but they work really well for him and he's loving it. So that is important. He's learning and he's enjoying it. So that is the key. So we do that, and we also, at the end of math, as kind of a reward, there's different math songs that I've downloaded onto my phone, and so we'll dance around and have a good time listening to and singing the math songs to help reinforce some concepts. And I also have a flashcard app on my phone that we use that really helps. Like, apps and multimedia things work really well, especially for my oldest. Of course, my youngest loves them too, but that's something else that we do. And then I think that's all of our core subjects, like the stuff that we have to do every day. That covers our reading, it covers our math, it covers the phonics, the very basics. And if that's all we get done on a day, we have completed a homeschool day. However, I think it's important to include some other things as well. So at bedtime every night we read to the kids, and we're going to continue doing that. But as we transition into My Father's World has a book basket that you do, and basically you fill a basket with books that are intended to match with what you're learning in My Father's World and or are high interest books for your kids. So we will be doing that book basket time in the evening. Give them each about 15 minutes before bed for us to read a story that they've picked, so some for each of them. We do that reading time with them together. And that is going to be something that we're moving in that direction. And we also do on Friday, I forgot to say this, for math, we do math games on Friday. And instead of Logic of English, there are phonics games and Mad Libs and things like that that we'll do to kind of keep it fun. And I also have Dreambox for Samuel for math. They do ABC Mouse right now, and that has been a really good supplement, and it's been really helpful for us over the last few years, especially with things being a little bit crazy, because it's pretty easy for them to do that on their own, and they have been learning so much. And because Samuel learns so much from that type of program, I looked and looked and looked. He's almost done with the entire ABC Mouse program, and I couldn't find something just like it for older kids. But what I am going to be doing is the time that he would be doing ABC Mouse, once he is graduated from that program, he'll be doing Dreambox. And right now he does a little bit of Dreambox math every day. They had a really good discount on it on Homeschool Buyers Co-op, and so I thought I would try it. And it is actually improving his math a lot. So we're going to stick with that. And like I said, he just does it once or twice a week now. But once he's done with ABC Mouse altogether, that will be what he'll do instead of ABC Mouse. So I think that will be really good for him. So then we have this big binder I've been getting all ready for exploring cultures and countries and cultures in My Father's World. And I am super, super excited about it. So basically it includes geography, science, art. It's got a read aloud that you read with it, kind of like you would. It's very similar to Sunlight, but it's also very different. It is a literature-based approach, but it doesn't have so many books and not so many books that are assigned. So you'll have a book that you're reading that's the read aloud. We'll do that. We'll read that together at lunch, because often I finish lunch before the kids and I'm just sitting there waiting for them. So that'll be a good time for us to do that read aloud. But they really rely heavily on the book basket and a lot of self-directed learning, like self-directed choosing of those books. And in the back of the instructor's guide, which I meant to bring up but I forgot, there's a big huge book list of recommended books that go with each of the topics. And so I went through that list. Getting to the library is not something that I can do easily right now, so I used thrift books and purchased some of those books to put into our book basket. And so we're going to be doing that, and I'm really excited. And the goal is that every day we do those core subjects. We do math, we do handwriting, we do reading, and we do phonics. And like I said, if that's all that gets done, if we have a field trip that day, if we do whatever, that's fine. And then the rest of the day we're going to spend working on My Father's World. Now, I don't feel in a big rush to get this in 36 weeks or whatever. If it takes us all year, that's fine. If it takes us longer, that's fine. But I had been creating programs like this on my own, and we were just taking way too long on everything. So I'm hoping that having this program, so much of it is planned, so much of the work is already done, and I'm super excited about that. And I've done a lot of planning. I've put this notebook together, and I've got my, this tells me what I need for each week, the supplies I need, the books that I'm going to use for each unit, and then I have copied out the lesson plans that come in My Father's World for that day, and I've added in any notes, anything I want to add, anything I want to change, and then I've also added in our additional math and language arts and all of those. And I've got the printouts already in here, and just absolutely everything that we need ready to go, and that will make it so easy. So I'm excited to kind of have a weekly update. I don't think they'll normally be this long, but at the end of every week I can show you kind of what we've done, what books that we've read, how it's gone, and any other questions that you guys have. And I hope that is helpful for you, and it's good to be back, and I look forward to sharing homeschool stuff with you guys and hearing how you guys are doing in your homeschool journeys as well. That is all I have for you today. I'm sorry this is so long. It's a very long video, but like I said, they won't normally be this long. But oh, one more thing. I have been active on YouTube, not on this channel. If you're a crafter or interested, feel free to check out my other channel. It's Scraps of Encouragement, and I just share card making tutorials and things like that on there. It'd be fun to connect with you there as well if you would like. But in the meantime, I hope to be posting here once a week. If I miss a week, please be kind to me. And I look forward to jumping back in and getting to know you guys again. I'll talk to you later. Bye.